this it will give you a warning saying that, guy, what you're in the decision split you're trying to do, it will has many one to many. Maybe you want to make it unique. At that moment, the most important thing what happens is they have that attribute uh, grouping. So in the attribute, you can make a decision based on attribute. So here is attribute with journey mapping, journey attribute with contact attribute, and here value of journey data, which is the primary key which never changes, right? So it can't change because you are making a primary key. So here with the journey, you are making a comparison with the contact data. Obviously, subscriber key and entry date are primary key, so it's never going to change, right? So when you make this decision with this way, attribute to attribute relationship, and making a decision,
That's right.
so
Yes.
it means product equals to 1 and subscriber key of the journey data equals to contact data, and entry date of the journey data with contact data is the same. Then you know you can see a difference आएगा.
Completely got it. Completely got
But
it.
but maybe in some session I'll try to see how I can show you. If I show you visually, then it will be much more easier. I'll try to see if I can take even for if I can take screenshot, and I'll try to show this.
Yeah, I got it. I mean, this is like awesome. I mean, you have made one to many to one to one by adding those criteria. So
Yeah,
yeah, I'm getting it.
yeah, I'm awesome. Mhm.
You are
Anyone has any other questions? Tell me. We only covered 3 questions, and I think you all are exhausted.
I'm not. I mean, I have so many questions, but I'm letting others to ask because if I'll ask another thing, it's gonna be like,
Yeah, actually, I also have couple of, but for that would be for next whenever like will happen the question answer session like this. I think Sasi, I can bring it there on.
Okay.
There are a lot of questions, but like everyone should get chance. Right.
Okay.
Yeah, for
And
today my quota completed.
For me,
okay.
like I want to ask one question, if that is okay with everyone. If anyone else wants to go, then I'll hold off.
Yeah, if it is okay, I just have one question. When we have something to implement a scenario, a simple one, like first do the attribute group or connecting two or more data extensions, how to do that
Mhm.
attribute group formation?
Your question was how should I design my attribute group?
Yeah, design the data model or attribute group or whatever you say.
The
hmm,
more the simple the question, the more depth I can go inside. Okay,
I know
like
that
what
that is
Sumit
what
is
I was scared
asking,
of.
my tendency is always go very simple and go very deep.
Mm,
Like the simple question was asked by Boblu, what is contact data? It simply was contact data and journey data. And just to explain contact and journey data, I take more than 1 hour.
yeah, true.
Attribute group. And I'm not a fan of attribute group, by the way. I don't like attribute group. I'll always ask you to go through this uh, blog, and once you understand what I'm saying, okay, you will get a lot of questions. I think more than 10 people asked me after they went through this blog, they asked me more 10, 20 questions from this. Because here when I said somewhere I had said don't use decision split, okay, avoid using contact data here. Yeah, I said plan your decision split in advance and add this attribute in the journey source to utilize them in the decision split. Avoid using contact data for your decision split. Everybody is inclined towards using contact data. Okay, why you are saying this? Hmm. So it will go into a lot of discussion, but I'll ask you to go through, then you'll understand. Anyway, now I'm going to a very basic thing, okay, which will actually help you out. What I'm saying, why I'm saying, and from where I'm coming to these things of thought process, my school of thought, how I think, how I design data modeling. Now you are hitting a very big note, Lakshmi, and I'll tell you this is going to. My idea is simply to change the thinking process for marketing cloud. I'm asking them to think not like everybody talks about out of the box, out of box. Okay, not with the features with marketing cloud, but out of the box inside your brain. Out of the box is now being overrated. You have a master D, and this master D, when you say it is in marketing cloud, uh, this jargon for master D, it should be always be with the subscriber base.
Yep.
This subscriber base should have basic details, right? When we were covering maybe session 3 or session 4, we were saying 3. When I said this one, consent, to capture the consent, capture the basic details like email, full name, address,
Yeah.
city, phone number. I didn't add a phone number, but all those things here. Huh? So that becomes our master D, and I'm designing the simple, say this master D, household items like fridge, refrigerator, AC, fan, blah blah blah. Inside the master D, do you think you have to add those product details into that master D? For me, is a very big no. How I'm to design? I'll design with the first with the subscriber uh, details, okay, which I call is a master D, and then I'll have a product detail. So if you
Yeah, sendable and
uh,
non-sendable, right?
yeah, we'll come to sendable, non-sendable in a different context. Okay, this is
Mm-hmm.
a data modeling.
Mm.
So this is how, like, even if you go to sales cloud, they have different objects like object, contact, opportunities, right?
Yeah.
Uh, lead, campaign members. Do you think that in sales cloud, uh, they want to, let's say, they have one custom object called products? Hmm. Will they bring into the contact model and say, okay, bring those also there? It will happen very rare where they will have a relationship with some products with the product ID, but not all product attributes will be brought to contact object. Okay, it is basically your I don't want to deep dive into database where you do atomicity and normalization and all. So when we were in college, uh, when we were doing data systems, we always used to define, normalization one, normalization two, normalization three, normalization four, and I think there is BCNF. So you have these product details and you have the subscriber details. It will have a collection of attributes for subscribers. For products also you have attributes for products. Mm. Now, if you have to maintain a relationship between subscriber details and product details, how you are going to maintain? You need to have some primary key, foreign key relationship between these two.
Yeah.
What tendency I see in marketing cloud is they simply in the product in the subscriber attributes, okay, they will add some product or vice versa. They will add here in the subscriber, uh, subscriber details into here also. And they will use now in the product details. What happens is you will have both the attribute of the products as well as subscriber detail. It means you have not only you have subscriber key, but just a minute, then first name, okay, the last name, everything you're bringing into this. This is for me, you're creating a lot of issues for your query studio. This is what I see people are doing, which is become because they think that personalization becomes easy if you bring all the attributes into one data extension. For me, this is a in Hindi we call it at Hawa. So this is not how it has to be done. Especially if you go to the data warehouse system, they will they will create another mapping, okay, mapping table which they call product mapping as a product on, and they normally use underscore. Oh, I'm now able to figure out underscore, and then subscriber or you say customer. Hmm. And then we'll create a set like only with product ID and subscriber key, or you say subscriber ID or contact ID, this way. So there will be another table. Hmm. And this mapping table will basically handshake with these two tables. The relationship will be maintained this way. So it will not have all other details here. So in the attribute group, if you're defining attribute group, I will definitely go this approach. Well, I have subscriber data extension, product data extension, and a mapping data extension. I had here in the lookup, I remember, I have this mapping here. You see this one, this one.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. So see, when you're designing the attribute group, this will be more of a mechanism. So you have simply your campaign is running on orders. You are sending emails or communication for somebody ordering a product. Hmm. So see how your data definition changes. It has a shipping method. It has the employees. It has a customer. Ah, and it has a products, see, order details. This you have to define, you have to learn, and this learning mostly comes only with if you are familiar with the database system. It's more we call it as a normalization. Huh? So
Okay.
you have to understand, especially the primary key and the foreign key relationship. That
Yeah.
has to be dig dive. And
Okay.
to understand this, I think even I remember uh, there was one person who actually has shown this. This one will be coming to the tokenization and everything that will come someday. He had showed in a very good way, and I had actually repost. I always repost only those which actually helps Marketing Cloud.
Mm.
Hmm. This for query optimization, but there was another one. I said bookmark this, guys. This will help you with the attribute group. Okay, for me, if I have to learn, I'll learn. I'm just going down. I don't know how many posts I do. If I
No,
find
do
it,
you
I'll again
remember the
repost
author? Yeah,
this one.
sure. Did you
Hmm.
find SQL?
SQL
Okay.
Essential Training. You see this?
Yeah, I
Okay,
think I saw.
and
Yeah.
yeah, this course is also free. And if you
Hmm.
learn this, then I'll say you'll be more perfect. Okay, like how you are going to design your attributes in the
Yeah.
attribute group, how you are going to link different data extension. Huh?
Hmm.
And slowly and slowly you'll come to this state where you'll see this kind of a mapping you are building into it.
Yeah.
Hmm. Not always it will have a one-to-one. It will have one-to-many, but it will
Yeah.
not affect your journeys. But I'll see if I can even deep dive. I need to have a proper visualization to help you explain this. Okay? But
Yeah.
with a
Yeah.
very simple assumption, always understand if there's a subscriber and a product, I'll create a product subscriber mapping, and I'll only assign those IDs for a mapping. This is subscriber key and product. Okay. And if I have to look through the products, then I can utilize this lookup, get the product ID, because I've explained all these things here with the lookup. Hmm.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
from customer ID, I was looking at the order ID. Hmm. And from order details, I'm looking at the order ID and bringing product ID. Obviously, somebody, raised a question here and I modified. I think this will not only relate to lookup, it will relate to the attribute group as well. But I'll try to, yeah, if I can possible, I'll try to create a blog on this.